I'm Stephanie and this is Jewel, and she's the reason why we get out and enjoy all the water that Roanoke has to offer all the time. Jewel and I last year really found a love for paddleboarding. It is an activity in which, kind of like a kayak, but it's more flat and you can stand on it. So it tests your balance, but it is much more stable, I think, for the dog. So instead of a kayak, which kind of wiggles back and forth, she feels pretty safe on it. And so we go paddling quite a bit. And then we've also been able to float down a couple different rivers, which is a lot of fun. Jewel is a dog who's very good off leash, but if she sees a deer or a squirrel, she's off like a shot. And last summer, I learned that wearing a vest, she is no different. We heard something on the shore one day, and I was kind of paddling a little bit closer just to see what it was. Like, it didn't sound like a deer. It sounded much bigger than that. Jewel got the notion that something was there, and she was ready to go. And then all of a sudden, she was off the paddleboard and to shore. And so there I was trying to catch up to her, but she was pretty quick. So luckily I was able to catch up to her and pull her back on without much of an issue, but it was good to know that she can get there. Like, if she's determined, she'll be off like a shot even in the water. So my grandparents lived on a lake in Massachusetts, and now they live on a lake in New Hampshire. And so it was always so nice to go up and visit them and to sit by the lakeside and just listen to the sounds of nature, but then also the sounds of families enjoying it. You know, kids jumping in and splashing, conversations, laughter. And I think that's something that I've always really loved about water, bringing people together. It's the fact that it's something that, all people can enjoy. Like, my grandmother doesn't really go swimming, but she sits there, on the shore and watches us and just enjoys being with us. And I think that's a wonderful thing about the water. Because I grew up around water, and I've really found a love for enjoying the water and all that it has to offer, be it swimming or throwing the ball in for the dog to go swimming or paddling on it or even just sitting on the shore and enjoying it. It has made it really apparent that we have to take care of what we have, and we're really lucky that we have, especially water here, that is so clean. And so when it comes to conservation, it's doing everything to not just preserve it, but really keep it in the best shape that it can be for many years to come, so that way the future generations can appreciate it. So I love how clean it is, especially when it comes to the dog. There is a big concern among the dog community of blue-green algae, which is extremely toxic to dogs. It can kill them within hours, if not a couple days. So having such clean water is so important because she has so much energy, and being able to throw a ball and have her go swimming is the best way to burn it off if I don't feel like walking around that day. Some of our favorite spots are Carvin's Cove, but obviously that one's well known. Really, the one that I'm thinking of is one of our favorite spots is Explore Park. So not only do we get to enjoy all the different trails that it has to offer, but the river trail is really nice. And there's a couple spots where you can get to where it's kind of beachy, or people are fishing off of, or it's kind of, the flow is slow enough where I can throw the ball in and the dog can enjoy it without really distracting other people or getting in the way of other people. And there's not as much of a chance that she'll run after some deer. So I think when it comes to the Roanoke community, we are surrounded by so much beauty, and the outdoors is just right there. So you don't have to put on your hiking shoes, your water shoes, and travel to go appreciate it. All you really have to do is step outside. And if you're just getting into the outdoors, just start with taking a walk around the neighborhood or down the greenway. I love how all of our paths do really run past water and such, and it's just calming to listen to. And then, if you know anyone in the community who is out and doing things like paddleboarding or kayaking and that kind of stuff, see if they want to, go with you, because most of the time they will be more than willing. It's nice to do it with friends.